guys. Thanks for coming in again today, Gilbert, Bonnie, and Arnie. I really appreciate it. I know that it's not easy for you guys to come out. You live in the country, and it's a good 50 minutes, so I really do appreciate you being here. Even though Amy and Ellen were not able to come, I think it's really important that the three of us meet. So last time we met, you guys, I should say we had an opportunity for you to tell me a little bit about your family. I got to hear from each of you individually. And I know that there's been some major changes that you have all gone through over the last 7 or so years. And it's been something that looks like it's affected each one of you in a different way. And it was really incredible to hear how each of you coped with the loss of your father and your husband and your father, Arnie. So what you guys were talking about last time we met was some of the conflicts that happen in your home. I don't want to reiterate for you, but Gilbert, potentially do you want to kind of just say briefly what those conflicts were that we talked about last time?
Sure. So, I guess I'm just feeling, myself pretty depressed and anxious, and I think it has a lot to do with our family situation, and I've really felt like I needed to be the man of the house since Dad died, and Mom can't be too much of a help because she doesn't really leave the house very often, so I feel like even more weight has been put on my shoulders, and taking care of Arnie and being there for him puts a lot of stress on my shoulders too, and I just feel like there's no relief, and it's too much for me. I can't do it anymore, and of course I want Mom to be happy, and I want Arnie to be happy, and I want the girls to be happy, but I don't know how much longer I can do it.
Okay, so it sounds to me like you're overwhelmed with what you have on your plate.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that's been a feeling that you've been having for a long time.
Yeah. But I feel guilty because I know that I have to be there for my mom and my family.
Okay.
So I don't want to feel that way, but it's true.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with us. That is not a feeling that one typically enjoys. So I imagine that is a hard feeling to also have. So thank you for feeling safe enough to talk about that in this room.
Yeah, it's hard.
Bonnie, from your perspective, I'd really like you to also recap kind of for us what we talked about in terms of the conflict in the home, and what's going on between the dynamic, particularly with your two sons.
Arnie's a good son. Arnie and I are together all the time. Whenever Arnie's home, it's Arnie and I hanging out, and Gilbert's kind of just off on his own.
Because I'm doing everything for the household.
I do things with the household too.
What do you do,
I
Mom?
do everything.
Can I interject for a moment? And I apologize, but I want to go back to the question that I asked Mom. And Gilbert, I just want you to refrain for just a moment, just to let her speak kind of the way that she let you speak when I asked you the same question.
Sure,
Let you speak.
Yeah, I get it.
So, as I was saying, Arnie and I have a great relationship. We're together all the time. Arnie depends on me. I take care of Arnie. I take care of all of you. I have so many kids. I've been left by myself. I do the best I can. I don't know what you kind of expect from me. I know that you do some stuff for us outside the house because I can't. And, I appreciate it. But
stuff.
Yeah, I do. He always acts like I never do anything, and I do things.
Okay, so we're going to have an opportunity for you guys to engage in conversation in just a second, but what I want to do is actually focus our attention to Arnie, because I haven't given you a chance to speak yet today, Arnie. So can you just tell me a little bit about your relationship with your mom first? Tell me about that. Tell me about your mom.
Well, things are good. Me and my mom spend lots of time together.
That's great.
I like spending time with her. I have fun. And then I think things are going okay.
Yeah. Good. And what about your brother Gilbert? How do you tell me something about your brother Gilbert and your relationship with him?
Gilbert, he's there. He helps me out a lot. I need help a lot during the day. Gets me ready for school and helps me get ready with my homework and stuff. So
But I help you too, right?
yeah, Mom,
Yeah.
you're there with me a lot too.
I thought we were letting Gilbert talk.
Okay, well, I was just helping. I mean, this must be tough for him, and I'm trying to help just fill in so he doesn't forget.
Well,
How
you never
much?
let him talk for himself.
Right, but I'm reminding him how much I do too. It's not just you, Gilbert.
So again, I'm going to interject and just bring the attention back into the center of the room. So you guys have actually started doing something that I've already wanted to do today, unbeknownst to you. So we had an opportunity last session to talk about some conflicts in the family dynamic, and we just kind of reiterated a little bit about what happens in the family where Gilbert, it sounds like you're feeling really overwhelmed with the caretaking responsibilities that have been placed on you. But at the same time, you have a feeling of guilt, and those are two very conflicting feelings where you want to provide for your family because it sounds like you love them and you care for them very much, particularly, your younger brother Arnie, and it sounds like he also loves and cares for you as well. But you are in your early 20s and you have not been yet, allowed an opportunity to discover also who you are. That's what I'm hearing a little bit.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yes. Right on.
And Mom, it sounds like you have an incredibly close relationship with your son Arnie, and that is a very special relationship for you and for Arnie. But it does sound like that almost has made it harder to have a really good relationship with Gilbert. Do you think that might be true?
Yeah, I mean, it causes some stress because Gilbert tries to take all the responsibility on, and never gives me credit. So I mean, obviously, we used to have a good relationship years ago, and now that Gilbert's he just takes on too much and then acts like I don't do anything and I'm doing the best I can. So yes.
Okay. So a conflict that you guys talked about last time was, Mom, you mentioned Gilbert takes on too much, but Gilbert, you would say Mom places too much responsibility on you. So what I wanted to have you guys do today is something called an enactment. So we've had an opportunity to talk about your family and the different kind of conflicts that arise, but I would really love to see you guys have a conversation and just see where it goes. And I'm not, and I might interject to direct the conversation in different areas, but this would be an opportunity for me to see how you guys interact with each other instead of just hearing about it. And I got to see a little taste of that earlier when you guys did start to argue a little bit, and I did interject. And that's something that I might do again, but I was hoping, particularly around maybe a conflict that goes on in the home that is frequent, I'm going to kind of sit back and let you guys have a conversation, and then I'm going to, at certain points, interject myself and redirect that, like I said. Does that feel okay with both of you? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then Arnie, I'm going to ask you just to kind of sit back and watch. If there's something really important you want to say, that's great, and you can say that. But for as much as possible, you and I are going to just watch, okay?
Okay.
So Mom and Gilbert, I'm going to kind of hand you the floor, and I don't know who wants to start or if there's a specific conflict that is, happens again and again in the house. Is there something that you guys can think of that, for instance, I know an ongoing conflict is just as simple as Gilbert, you take care of getting dinner ready every night. And that was something we talked about last session.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Fine.
I can't do it every night, Mom. I have things that I need to do for myself that I need to do for Army, and making dinner is just one of the million of those things, but it's something that it just weighs on me.
Well, you don't have to focus on Arnie when he's in the house because Arnie's with me.
Yeah, but you don't do as much for Arnie as I do.
I do when he's in the house. I do everything for Arnie when he's in the house, right, Arnie?
Yeah.
You don't bring Arnie into this.
But
You just hang out with Arnie.
that's
nothing.
That's taking care of him.
That's a very small part about taking care of him.
You have help.
You don't do any of the chores related to him at all. And of course, I love hanging out with Arnie too, but there's things that, we need to do for Arnie. Like Arnie was even saying before that I help him do that you just don't do.
So let me interject just for a moment and recap what you guys just went through, because even just that really brief interaction sounded like there was a lot of tension, and I want to help you guys diffuse some of that and maybe figure out a solution for that particular scenario, and we can go through different scenarios as we sit together. Gilbert, I'm hearing you say that even though mom is in the house and she clearly is expressing her love for her son, she's not actually taking on any caregiving responsibilities, and I think that's probably really hard for you to hear, Mom, because I imagine that you are doing the best that you can.
I am.
That's what I'm hearing from you as well. But it also sounds like you're asking her for more, and that's something that you need from her. And I would ask you, is that something that you're willing to give? Are you willing to have a conversation where we can maybe find a compromise around one role in the house, one task that you're going to take on maybe this week that would alleviate some of the caretaking responsibilities that Gilbert has?
I mean, if it's feasible, if it's something that I can actually do, of course, but you can't have me do things that you know I can't do. Like, you know I can't stand for an hour and make dinner.
Yeah, but you can help do smaller things.
Okay, so if you tell me what they are, then maybe I can do it.
Okay, so Bonnie, why don't we actually let Gilbert tell you what they are? Because it sounds like he has an idea of how you could be helpful.
She's the mom. She should be knowing these things. It's just frustrating. Like I know I'm the man of the house, but I can't do everything.
Right, so I'm telling you to tell me something small to do. I'm trying to make it easier for you.
Okay, you know what? I appreciate that you said that, and I think that I'm going to try something different. Mom, can you brainstorm something that you could do around dinner, even if it's not standing for an hour cooking? What is a way that you could contribute?
I can help organize the other kids to help you. I mean, would that be helpful? Getting their help? I can't physically help you.
I guess that would be a start, but we're all kids too.
But I mean,
That's the point.
we were fine before, but certain things happen in life, and I can't control that. My husband died, and like he was helping, and I know you're a kid, but at some point you have to help. I can't.
Okay,
Johnny,
Bonnie, I appreciate what you're saying, and I hear you. It sounds like it's really hard for you to physically be in the kitchen.
Mhm.
So my question would be, is there a way that we could transfer some of the cooking responsibilities to the living room and potentially have you prep some food in the living room for either Gilbert or Amy or whomever you have spoken to about coordinating dinner that evening?
That's fine if someone sets me up with it. I mean, then I can do that.
Gilbert, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that would be helpful. Anything would be helpful at this point. I think if I can just communicate to her that she needs to be helpful and help me. It took me a while to even admit that I needed help, and now I just really need a sign from her that she's actually going to help me. Just a little thing.
So Bonnie, did you hear what Gilbert said, and can you repeat it back to me?
Yeah, Gilbert said that I need to help more, and like I'm trying. The problem is Gilbert never acknowledges that I try.
Okay, so why don't you talk to Gilbert instead of talking to me?
You never acknowledge that I try. You need help. I already said I would be willing to help you. I try to help as much as I can, but you need to tell me what to do.
I appreciate that you're trying to help. I do. It's just, I think it's going to take me a while to be able to accept that, what she's doing is all she can do, maybe.
Yeah, but it also is important for me to reiterate, Bonnie, that you are the mother in this home. You are the parent, not Gilbert. So it is important that you take on some of these parental responsibilities as much as you physically can. And it sounds like Gilbert's not asking you to do anything that you physically can't do, and he's really looking for you to support him as a mother. That's what I'm hearing from him.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I mean, I do support you as a mother.
I need more, Mom.
Okay, so something that we had talked about, something that you guys mentioned was something as simple as how can Bonnie be involved in helping you get dinner on the table every night. And Bonnie, I would ask you as homework, would you be willing to do the food prep if it's brought to you and it's something that's presented in a physically able way, as well as if there is an opportunity for Gilbert to ask you for help for something else during the week, if it's something you can do, would you be open to hearing him?
I'm always open to hearing, so that's fine.
And Gilbert, how do you feel about your mom even just taking this really small step to engage herself in the dinner making responsibilities, and hopefully that is something that we can kind of progress with in later sessions?
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever at this point. I mean, I'd like her to help, and so if I need to ask her to help, I don't want to have to ask her. She's my mom, she should just do it. But I think what you're saying is I do just need to ask, and then maybe things will get better.
And then maybe her response might be different than what you assumed it would be if you didn't ask.
Yeah, I think I need to try. I think you're right. I'm gonna try.
Okay, so this week, until we meet next week, let's try, Gilbert, if there's something you need from your mom, I'm gonna encourage you to ask her. Okay? Okay. And Bonnie, I'm gonna encourage you to be responsive to not only Arnie, but also Gilbert, and to understand that he's taken on a huge caregiving role with the death of your husband and his father. And the homework that I'm going to give you is to do food prep and to be responsive to Gilbert when he asks you for something this week. And then next week we'll just come together and we're going to talk about how it went. If it doesn't go well, that's okay. And if it goes great, that'll be something great to talk about as well. But just know that there's no right answer, but I just want to try a different technique. Does everyone sound okay with that?
Mhm.
Yeah? Okay. Arnie, how do you feel about having your mom take on some more responsibility in the house? Would that be something you would like?
Yeah, all that talk makes me hungry. I'm ready for dinner.
Yeah? Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in for this hour, and I will see you again next week.
Thank you.
Okay.